Hello, fellow adventurers. I'm Caitlin Steakley, your host for Wish You Were Here. Brace yourselves for the journey ahead. We'll step back into time and explore the enchanting history of the train depot, unleash our inner artist with a painting class featuring Scottish Highland cattle as our muse, and uncover the deep history of Cumberland County at a military memorial museum. But that's not all. Brace yourselves for the endless excitement on Wish You Were Here.
This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Wish You Were Here. Produced under an agreement with the Upper Cumberland Development District and made possible in part through support from the United States Department of Agriculture.
In the heart of Tennessee, there's a little slice of heaven you just gotta see. Oh man, wish you were here.
Welcome to Wish You Were Here, Adventures in Tennessee's Upper Cumberland. I'm Caitlin Steakley, your guide on this extraordinary journey as we dive deep into the captivating nature and unique culture of this stunning region. Together we will unveil hidden gems, witness breathtaking landscapes, and savor remarkable encounters that define the charm of the Upper Cumberland. Join us for unforgettable adventures, meeting field correspondents who reveal the best-kept secrets of this stunning region. Our journey commences right here on the shores of Center Hill Lake in Smithville. It's a place where the finest luxury harmonizes with the untouched beauty of nature. Welcome to Glamping Adventures here in Tennessee's Upper Cumberland.
Welcome to the tranquil shores of Center Hill Lake, where Smithville Glamping Adventure comes to life. At Smithville Glamping Adventure, there are two distinct options, tent glamping and dome glamping, each offering a unique experience.
We are with owners Matt and Dawn Bragstad. Thank you guys so much for letting us come and enjoy this beautiful oasis you have here on Center Hill Lake.
Thank you, Caitlin, and we are humbled, honored, and excited to be a part of the Upper Cumberland tourism adventures.
Yeah, well, this place is amazing. You guys have some really great experiences here on the property. Can you tell me a little bit about those?
So here at Your Glamping Adventure, we provide just a disconnect with nature. Ironically, during COVID, we were inspired because we have a lot of family in northern Minnesota and in cities that were kind of locked down, and we were fortunate to be out here on the Cumberland Plateau enjoying this beautiful farm and all of the things that we have. We wanted to give the experience to other people during that time, and then it kind of just sprung forward to, why don't we just do this full time? So we've got a unique set of rentals. We've got domes that are super chic, and we've got tents that kind of range from this really kind of a glamorous, bougie, swanky tent to tents that are a little bit more feeling cabin-esque.
So tell me, how did you find tents and domes and decide to bring them here?
We kind of wanted to create the greatest hits experience here on the Upper Cumberland because we fell in love with this place, so we wanted to put things really special. So these tents come from the Netherlands that we brought in and we found at the National Glamping Association conference last year. The domes are kind of the greatest hits of the domes we could find in Oregon, and so we brought those here. This tent you're standing in is the first of its kind in the United States, available on Airbnb. So this is what true glamping is all about.
Well, it is not your grandmother's tent, backyard tent, for sure. Tell me about the design process that you went through to create these very cozy atmospheres for your guests.
So I grew up truly tenting, and as I've kind of gotten older and got a little bit more bougie in my own life, I wanted to create this glamorous experience. So when people ask, like, what is glamping? It's really glamorous camping. I really wanted to bring kind of a nature feel to the exterior. You can sit outside and be in nature, but you're feeling like you're sitting in a high-end, luxury hotel room.
It's beautiful, it's cozy, it's comfortable, but it's also serene and away from everything. I really appreciate you guys joining me today. I can't wait to hear from your Director of Operations in just a few minutes. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, we wish you were here and you can come.
Guests can enjoy glamping here year-round. But certain seasons add their own magic to this splendid location.
We're now joined by Director of Operations, John Lowe. We have heard all about how the inside of the tents were designed and made and are amazing, and you're going to tell us about the outside.
Yeah, the outside was a task in and of itself. I mean, there were no lake views when we started. We kind of picked a patch of woods and said, I think we can make something happen here, and punched through with a couple chainsaws, and lo and behold, we have a fantastic view. And creating the decks, trying to be close and accessible, but still hanging off the edge of a cliff. There's some spots where we're upwards of 28 feet off the ground in the domes and the tents. So everything was a little bit of a challenge, working on a cliff, going up and down the hill with concrete and lumber and everything, but I really think that the extra work is something that plays to the uniqueness and the exclusivity of what we offer here.
This was a deer path that you're looking at right here. And as I described it, I said, we need Swiss Family Robinson decks. I grew up with Swiss Family Robinson, and I said, we need decks that just kind of float in and amongst the land. And he nodded at me, and then he said, what's Swiss Family Robinson? So that was his first homework, is figuring out what Swiss Family Robinson decks would feel like. But I think that's the magic. That's what people talk about when they come here is, holy cow, these views from the fire pit are amazing.
Yeah, and tailoring the decks to what the unit provides, right? This unit that we're in is for families, so we've got a 25 by 14 deck outside, whereas some that have more of a focus on couples have kind of smaller, more private, intimate decks tucked back in the woods, so different offerings for different folks.
I'm excited to explore the property and see everything that you have to offer. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, thank you guys.
Explore the surroundings with various activities designed to help guests reconnect with nature and with each other.
Prepare to be enchanted by a truly unique artistic adventure as we whisk you away to Mill Creek Farms in the scenic Cookeville countryside. Here, the spotlight shines on the Scottish Highland cattle taking center stage as the unexpected stars of a one-of-a-kind painting class. Join field correspondent Shan Stout on this extraordinary rendezvous where tranquil landscapes and these majestic creatures unite to craft an artistic experience that promises to leave you inspired and delighted.
Caitlin, wish you were here. As you can see, we are out in nature in the beautiful countryside of Cookeville, Tennessee, and that must mean we are at Mill Creek Farms, and I am with my new friends, Bridget and Brian Jones. Hi guys, thanks for coming on the show.
Welcome to Mill Creek Farms.
Okay, now this is not an ordinary farm. This is not your run-of-the-mill Hereford cattle, that sort of thing. You have a special breed of cow here?
Bridget wanted something different, you know. She wanted something special, something a little out of the ordinary, and for several years we had looked at the Highland breed and the uniqueness that the breed had to offer, you know, and it seemed like a good fit for us to kind of swell on our own kind of mini part of the area, you know, and grow something a little different.
Well, they're definitely different. They're beautiful, and they all have names. I love that you've named them. So I know that Lola is kind of your mascot.
Yes, she
here
is.
at the farm. She seems to be a crowd favorite anyway, but you have many, many others.
They all have their own personality. Peaches is also our alpha cow, so she leads the whole herd. So she moves, everybody
Peaches
comes.
is the big boss. Let's just clarify.
She's a straw boss.
Straw boss, yeah. She has a big set of horns, beautiful red, your traditional Scottish Highland look. So she kind of rules the whole roost. Lola also is so sweet, but she is more meek and mild, hence why I think she gets along with the public a little bit more. The other cows kind of boss her around a little bit. There's a lot of misconception about the Highland breed. Everybody thinks they're a mini breed. Well, they are a huge breed. They are anywhere from 1,000 to 1,800 pounds. So we like to show you the true Highland daily care, how we take care of them, what we feed them. A lot of people are interested in farming, so we want to kind of show them how to get started. They can take all their own pictures with the cows as well.
They are very people friendly. I mean, you know, people love them, they love people. It really seems like a good
match, you've got farm tours that people can participate in.
Oh yes, they seem much more docile than your Angus or your Hereford breed. They seem to really like to interact with people. Not all, but some do. We have farm tours where people can come out either in small groups or large groups. We're hoping next year to get some schools to come out.
I love it. Okay, now we're saving the best for last, because what I find most interesting about Mill Creek Farms is that you've collaborated with Art Jam Cookeville. And what does that mean when you have an artist on site? What's happening here?
So we notice every time we go in a store, there's a picture of a Scottish Highland. Everybody's house has a Scottish Highland. So we reached out to Mary at the Art Jam. She came out and you get to see the cows. We paint one of them. You get to get up close with them, personal, and give your own little aspect and your artist style of your own Scottish Highland to take home and paint.
Oh, I love this. Okay, so this makes me nervous to ask, but what are the chances that maybe I can get in on one of these classes?
And I think we can make it happen.
Okay, no judgment.
Welcome into the farm studio now. My name is Mary May. I'm here to help you guys. We're gonna go through this painting of Walter step by step all the way through. If you need anything, I'm right here, so don't panic. Anything you do, we can change, we can cover, we can turn it into something awesome.
Unleash your artistic side with a one-of-a-kind painting class with Art Jam Cookeville, where you'll find a truly unique muse to inspire your creativity.
At least you know where the lines are, Terry. We're having a lot of fun. I'm the rogue rebel. I've got red in my painting, and I don't think that's a thing yet.
Unforgettable memories are ready to be made at Mill Creek Farms. And for those art enthusiasts, a spot in one of the upcoming painting sessions could be your ticket to creativity.
We've had a wonderful day spending our time here on the farm. You'll want to plan your adventure to Mill Creek Farms, and you can either enjoy a farm tour or paint your portrait of Walter. Wish you were here.
Bye.
Welcome to the Monterey Train Depot, a captivating hub that embodies the rich history and scenic beauty and unique attractions of Monterey, Tennessee. Located on the Cumberland Plateau, this historic site is a testament to the town's pivotal role in railroad history, offering a glimpse into bygone era of locomotives, culture, and captivating tales. With Rafferty Cleary as our expert guide, we chose to meet him at the site for an immersive firsthand tale of Monterey.
Welcome to Monterey, Tennessee, where the historic Monterey Train Depot has transformed into the Monterey History Museum, an enchanting portal to the past.
I am hanging out on the edge of the Cumberland Plateau today, Monterey, Tennessee, at the Monterey Depot Museum. Dale Welch, Putnam County historian, museum volunteer, he is our guest today. This so happens to be my office on a day-to-day basis. He is my co-worker on a day-to-day basis. Dale, stranger, how are you?
Just fine, sir. I'm awful glad to see you.
Same here. Dale, talk about what makes the Monterey Depot Museum so unique compared to other museums maybe across the region.
Well, it's built as a replica depot, but it's not just railroad stuff. We've got stuff from Native American history to coal mining history to Civil War history, history about the town, and not just the town, but the region.
Let's talk about the railroad and the importance it played in Monterey's history from late 1800s all the way up through now, really. How vital was the railroad, and what part did it play in Monterey's economic prosperity early on? Well, just before the railroad, it would take a week to get to Nashville and a week back, but when the railroad got here in 1893, you could get to Nashville and back in the same day. Besides that, the new coal mining town of Monterey was 1893. It was kind of a central hub, not just for the mines around Monterey, but on out 19 miles north, out into the Wilder area, the Crawford area, and they would
come here, and then it would go all over the world.
Dale, there's one big element when you walk into the museum here. It's a model train display.
It was built by the Cookeville Model Railroad Club back when we first opened in 2012. The front side depicts Monterey back in the 1950s. They took pictures from the era and built the model from that. On the back side is the Wilder coal mining area 19 miles north of here back in the 1930s.
It's changed so much since 2012
Yeah.
when the doors opened. Now there are some train cars outside, most notably the caboose, of course, but the silver dining car, which is called the Southwind, just another element to the Monterey Depot Museum. This is obviously, I think we would agree, has turned into the welcome center of Monterey. This is where folks come first when they're visiting, but what else is there to do from an outdoor standpoint?
Outdoor standpoint, we want to mention B Rock. That's owned by the city now. B Rock is an overlook just south of here, right next to the interstate. Monterey is in the development of Meadow Creek Lake and Park. You can fish and kayak and walk trails and climb rocks out there.
Mountain bike?
Mountain bikes. And that used to be Clear Creek Coal Company, where my daddy used to shovel coal all day. Now you can do all that. He'd have got a kick out of that.
Well, Dale, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with us today on Wish You Were Here. I appreciate your time.
This is the longest I've got to spend with you in a while. He's a busy man.
Next time you're driving down 40, east or west at the 300 or 301 exit, stop in and say hello to Dale and I here at the Monterey Depot Museum.
Rebuilt in 2012, the depot preserves an essential piece of Monterey's past.
Journey through the ages with us as we unveil the pivotal role Cumberland County has played in Upper Cumberland history. Spawning from the Civil War era to present day, our field correspondent Shan Stout takes you on a recent adventure to downtown Crossville, where the captivating stories of yesteryears come to life at the Military Memorial Museum.
Shan took a ride in a Model T time machine to journey to the Military Memorial Museum. If you're going to journey back in time, why not do it with a touch of style?
If you're a history buff, you are going to love where I'm currently standing, because I am here in the Crossville Military Memorial Museum in beautiful downtown Crossville, Tennessee, and we are within the walls of the original courthouse, and I have with me Bob Terraforte, and you are the historian and curator of the museum. Thanks for having us, Bob.
Thanks for coming. Welcome to the museum.
This is one of the most expansive military museums I've seen anywhere around.
A lot of veterans, a lot of locals, and then with Crossville we have a lot of people who have transplanted here, and people are sometimes looking for homes for these items, and they find it here.
Well, this is a wonderful place to be able to ramp up your gratitude level. It's been very emotional for me just arriving here and seeing some of the things. My grandfather was a Vietnam veteran, and he talked about the struggles of the Vietnam War and the fact that they were not welcomed home like heroes, like you would imagine someone who served their country, and you have served as well.
Well, I was lucky. During the Vietnam War, I was in the Navy, and the Navy should fit to send me to the Mediterranean Sea, where I got chased by a bunch of Russian ships. Yeah, we have beefed up the Vietnam section because a lot of our veterans are from that era, but then we have the more modern wars, so we have Desert Storm and Iraq and Afghanistan, and we're trying to pay more attention. We do cover Korea, but unfortunately, with time going by, our World War II and Korean veterans are passing.
Well, I think that this is a beautiful way to honor those who have served. Now, for visitors that are coming here for the very first time, what should they experience? Like, what is your goal for them when they leave?
We hope that they have gotten enough information that makes them want to go do some research on their own. Many times you'll hear people say, I didn't know that, I wasn't aware of that. And I think they're pleasantly surprised at some of the information they got, and then we invite them to go further and get involved with it.
You have some local heroes and some pretty renowned heroes that have ties to Crossville.
We have Sergeant Milo Lambert, got the Medal of Honor in World War I. He was a farmer from Crossville. He took out 4 German machine gun nests, 3 by himself with hand grenades. On the 4th one, he took it out with another sergeant and he was killed. Oh. So he got it posthumously. And the other person we have of note is Sergeant Morgan Strader, who's in the latest wars. He's in the section with Afghanistan and Iraq. Sergeant Morgan Strader is from Crossville, and he was on his 2nd tour of combat at the Battle of Fallujah in 2004. And they took a picture of him, which is in the museum, quite dramatic. My understanding was he was being re-enlisting in the Marine Corps, and they were possibly using it for a recruitment poster. 2 weeks later, he was killed in action. He was 23, and his family donated his uniform here.
Well, this has been amazing. I love hearing about history that I was unaware of, and even the things that I know about. It's just very moving to see the demonstrations and touch and feel things that are a part of us being free Americans.
Come prepared to engage with rich history and make the most of your experience at the Military Memorial Museum in Crossville.
Step into the heart of downtown Livingston, where Pioneer Days is about to unfold. From the first intrepid settlers who stepped onto the land to the pioneers who ventured into the cosmos, Livingston Pioneer Days has a legacy steeped in the spirit of exploration. Join field correspondent Shan Stout on the Livingston Square for an in-depth look at the Pioneer Days festivities.
Welcome, folks, to the heart of downtown Livingston, where the Pioneer Day festivities are ready to kick off. Live music awaits at the stage at the Livingston Central Park.
We are in a beautiful historic building in downtown Livingston, Tennessee, and it is time for Pioneer Days. And the expert of all things to do with this festival is right here with me. I have Shannon Cantrell, and she is the president and CEO of the Overton County Chamber of Commerce. Now, you have great bands that play, but there's also some competitions and contests. Tell us a little bit about what people can expect when they show up.
We definitely have some interesting competitions on our main stage. So we have livestock calling, and we do split that up into, a little competition for kids and for the adults. Then we do a historical dress competition as well, and we are having a clogging competition this year. It's probably a little low-key this time, but we're really, really hoping to amp that up next year.
Either way, everybody loves clogging around this area. It is very southern, and it's a great tradition and a lot of fun. Now, let's not forget about the important things to me, eating and shopping.
Well, there's lots of that in Livingston, regardless of whether we're having a festival or not.
Yes.
So we have lots of restaurants that are going to be open, extended hours that we normally have. And then we have about 5 or 6 food trucks here as well. And then shopping, we've got tons of historical type vendors, plus our awesome boutique shopping on our downtown square as well.
It is a beautiful place just to come. There is so much rich history here behind Pioneer Days, and we are so excited you let us be a part of Pioneer Days.
You are.
Okay, but we're not done yet, because I hear that we're going to have a leading expert in the historic side of Pioneer Days up next. Now, you can't come to Pioneer Days without understanding that Pioneer and Days are referring to a rich heritage here in Livingston. And so I have the leading expert on all things historical for Overton County, and this is Paula Stover. She is the director and curator of the Overton County Heritage Museum. This whole festival is encircled around the beautiful historic courthouse, which has its own significance. Tell us a little bit about that.
The courthouse was burned in 1865, just at the end of the Civil War. But the county court clerk at the time lived just off the square, and he had taken most of the county records and all the land deeds and hidden them under his house. So we have all their original records. Some of them still say North Carolina, because Tennessee was not a state.
Now, most of the things historical for Pioneer Days we can find right here around the square. It's everywhere we're looking.
Yes, you can.
But there's also the Heritage Museum.
We have a lot of musicians in the county, songwriters, and we've had a lot of gospel singing, and we like to celebrate that. And we've got a special exhibit at the museum. Plus, there's 2 floors to the museum, so we've just got a great exhibit for anybody.
Well, you've heard it here. There's lots to see for Pioneer Days. There's lots of history and heritage here. Don't forget to bring your chair, and we hope you mark your calendar, and we'll see you next year.
Embark on a journey of flavors, entertainment, and rich history at the Livingston Pioneer Days.
Discover the magic of nature's serenity at Glamping Adventure, where luxury and immersion combine in perfect harmony. Let your spirit rejuvenate, create lasting memories, and reclaim the joy of connecting with the great outdoors. Book your stay now and embark on an extraordinary adventure like no other. Thank you for joining our journey through Tennessee's Upper Cumberland. Until we meet again, let Wanderlust guide you to new horizons, igniting the explorer within. Continue uncovering the Upper Cumberland's hidden marvels. Farewell for now. Wish you were here.
Oh. Did you get it?
If I didn't, something's wrong.
Do I need to clap again? Yes, please. Thank you. You had your clapping face on.
Wish You Were Here. Produced under an agreement with the Upper Cumberland Development District and made possible in part through support from the United States Department of Agriculture.
This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.